Welcome to Lecture Capture, not just for flippin', an ISTE 2017 poster session. I'm Erin Kiger, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at EBGTech. We're going to be talking about different ways to use video in the classroom besides just using it to record your lessons. So let's get started. In this slide, what we're going to talk about is what a flipped classroom or a flipped lesson is. If you already are familiar with the concept, please feel free to move to the next slide. If you're unfamiliar, I'm just going to give you a brief overview. Currently, a typical school day looks like a whole group lesson, maybe some time with some small groups, and then the students go home and practice the problems or the skill at home for homework. In a flipped classroom or with a flipped lesson, what you do is you flip that homework and that classwork the other way around. So what you'll do is you can record a lesson, find something online for the students to read, anything like that, where what they're doing is getting exposed to the content at home. Then they come to school and you have more time to pull those small groups, differentiate, allow for the students who understood the content to work through and even go above and beyond, work with students who are maybe struggling, give them more time and more exposure to that content, and give the students who are on grade level or anywhere in between those other two the help that they need. And just like with everything in education, flexibility and tweaking is going to be necessary, but it's really a very powerful concept. On this slide, I'm just going to go over a couple of my favorite resources for recording your lesson and your voice and your screen. So the first one is Screencast-O-Matic, and it's completely free unless you sign up for the Pro account, and it has 3 different options. You can record your screen, you can record your face, or you can record both. SafeShare TV is a great resource. If you find a YouTube video, you don't always have to create your own videos. Teachers are making videos. Companies are making videos. There's absolutely no need to reinvent the wheel if you find something that fits your needs. But maybe we don't want those students to see some of the suggestions or some of the ads. What you do is you put the URL for the YouTube video into the safeshare.tv, and it filters it for you and gives you just that video. Then there's the Explain Everything app, and that's what I'm currently using to record this video. You can import, you can export, you can add web pages, you can add your face, you can move, you can adjust, you can write. There's so many resources just within this one app. It's incredibly powerful. It works for iOS, Chrome, Windows, and Android. Another favorite resource is the Camera app. It's completely free and comes on most phones and tablet devices. You can easily share it via text, email, AirDrop, or any other way. QuickTime Player is great if you want to record your iPad screen and you have a Mac. You just need to plug your iPad into your Mac, pull up QuickTime Player, and set it for screen recording. Scott Sheeler at Sheeler Tech was generous enough to share this idea with me. Thanks, Scott. You can also do a Google Hangouts on air with YouTube Live and record what's going on in your classroom with a webcam. This can be used for lessons, for parents, for students, for anything, as well as teacher reflection. Matt Miller at jmattmiller on Twitter shared this idea with me. Thanks, Matt. And now, on to the fun stuff. On this slide, you will find a video of an example of a flipped lesson. In this lesson, the 4th graders were learning about the Earth's atmosphere, so I took a PowerPoint presentation about the content in the textbook and I put it into a video. I only included the basic information that they needed, and then I included links so that they could go out and explore additional content at their own leisure. In this video, we talk about activity directions. I provide students both verbal and visual directions on my screen so they can follow along step by step. They can also pause the video, go back and review and re-watch it as many times as needed in order to complete an assignment. In this video, I give an example of how video can be used for parent communication. Allowing parents to see your facial expressions and body language can be so powerful when communicating with them about their child. Videos can also be used to provide parents with step-by-step directions, examples, and strategies if they're unsure how to help their child. Multiple videos can be created and used in small groups for differentiation. For example, you can have a video for students that are struggling with a skill, students that are on grade level with a skill, or students who need a little bit of a challenge above and beyond the skill that you're learning as a whole group. Allowing students to create the differentiated video is also incredibly powerful. Students, when they teach, they're able to remember and understand concepts better. In addition, they're able to explain a concept in a way that perhaps you hadn't, that another student would understand. Technical difficulties are bound to happen. However, if you allow students to create videos for other students as well as teachers, a lot of those issues can be resolved easily. By allowing students to record their presentations, they can explain their thinking, but it doesn't take away multiple days of class time. Students can create videos in order to help them remember the steps for a process. For example, in this video, a student recorded a video on how to do long division. This way, he could go back and review it as he continued to work through the problems. Rather than assigning written homework, you can ask students to create a few videos showcasing how to do a problem. For example, this student showed us that he understood the concept of finding pi times the diameter, he got the process correct, and he got the answer correct. This student did the same concept, pi times the diameter, only she made a multiplication error and a decimal placement error. So now I can go back and work with her on either multiplication skills or decimal skills, or see if she was just going a little too fast. These are some of the ISTE standards that are either aligned to the video concept or the content that was being taught in the videos. The initial definition for the flipped classroom came from 7 Things You Should Know About Flipped Classrooms from EDUCAUSE. Of course, we have the ISTE standards, and then the inspiration for this presentation came from Your School Rocks, So Tell People, from Ryan McLean and Eric Lowe. Thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Erin Kiger at EBG Tech. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and I'm trying out Snapchat. You can find all the videos on the YouTube playlist at http://bit.ly/ebgtech_ISTE17 playlist. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your conference.